What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. It's King Casper back at you again with another anime analysis. In today's video, we're going to be covering all 10 commandments and their powers explained from the anime series 7 Deadly Sins. Now, without further ado, let's get it. Not all men are created equal, and neither were these 10 commandments, as the first one on our list is the weakest, and it's none other than Frodran. His primary strength allows him to increase his size and range, making him a formidable foe for most. The commandment he possesses curses selfish people, and it causes them to lose their sense of identity. Aside from just losing their sense of self, people affected by the commandment get induced with fake memories and emotions. Although Meliodas wasn't influenced by the curse and took out Frodran easily, as he's pretty weak for a higher level opponent. Up next, we have 362-year-old lady who looks like a lolly because she's an anime character, and it's Melascula. This isn't the only deceptive thing about her, as you'll be shocked to know that her true form is that of a snake. Needless to say, that she teaches us not to have faith in what we watch in anime. And speaking of faith, her commandment is also faith. Anyone who loses faith or shows faithlessness will have their eyes burned right before her. Aside from the commandment, she also possesses a variety of abilities. Some of them include using her dark energy as a shield, a Hellgate that can summon demons, and lastly, being able to turn into a giant monstrous snake. I don't know about you guys, but it's not a girl I'd go for just because she looks cute. What happens when you clobber together multiple demons? You get the one and only commandment, Grey Road. After looking at this demon, nightmares is the first thing to come to mind. However, I'm going to clarify that this demon is actually not a nightmare, but just a murderous female. She holds the commandment of pacifism, and those who kill in her presence start aging quickly and end up dying. An interesting thing to note is that this commandment prevents Grey Road herself from killing anyone as well. Aside from that, her main power is causing her opponents to fall prey to a mysterious disease. Eventually, Grey Road had to be captured instead of being killed because of her commandment. The next commandment on the list has a lust for battle, and it's none other than Galand. Galand possesses the commandment of truth, and as the name indicates, anyone who lies in front of Galand gets penalized by being turned into stone. Ironically enough, this ability leads to his own demise in his battle against Escanor. Aside from the commandment, his major ability is Critical Over. It allows him to enhance his physical strength and speed, and the weapon that complements his fighting style is the double-edged spear. If you like huge demonic fairies, then the next character on this list is going to be your favorite, as he is literally the combination of the two. I'm of course talking about Locinia. You'll be surprised to know that he was actually the first king of the fairy forest, and has been alive for over 1400 years. I guess when you've been alive for that long in this cruel world, you end up becoming a bit of an asshole. He holds the commandment of repose, meaning that anyone who fights without rest will have his magic sealed. And as you'd expect from a fairy, his punches don't carry that much weight. However, in terms of pure magical ability, he's second to none. His primary weapon is the Spirit Spear Basquiat, which can be manipulated into any form of weapon, although his trump card is his ability Disaster, which grants him authority over nature itself. Next up, we have the character that is notorious for fan service lovers out there, as I don't know who the designer was for this costume, but whatever, Derriere. Now, don't get too excited, because her costume is covered up in layers of darkness, but I don't know, it looks a little suspect to me, but that's okay. And Derriere leverages the commandment of purity. Anyone committing impure deeds in her presence will become prey to an illness. Her strongest point is her ability Combo Star. It allows her to attack with each hit harder than the last one, provided she lands the previous one on target. Now, among all of these badasses, don't we all love a well-mannered villain? And the next character is exactly that. It's none other than Mont Speed. This man was bestowed upon the commandment of reticence by the Demon King. Anyone who dared express hidden feelings in front of him would have their voice blocked. His highlight ability includes Hellblaze and Trickstar. Hellblaze allows him to manipulate black fire, although others can also use this ability. Monspeed is acknowledged to be the one who's best at it. With Trickstar, he can switch the position of two different bodies. Up next, we have a character who is basically Machamp on steroids, and that's Droll. Droll wields the commandment of patience. If you're someone who whines about pain or any state you're in, you're cursed with even more pain if Droll is present around you. Despite his size, he's actually very quick on his feet during battle. However, his trump card during battle is his ground ability. It allows him to mend entire landscapes and even create giants from the ground that are subjected to his will. The second last character on our list is none other than the ambitious Zeldris. Despite being the youngest son of the Demon King and the younger brother of Meliodas, Zeldris is the leader of the Ten Commandments. His commandment is piety, and it makes anyone who turns his back on Zeldris into his permanent slave. He is calm, calculating, strong, and has all the qualities of a great leader. These qualities are necessity, as his goal is to become the next Demon King. A major portion of his strength comes from his ability to use Hellblaze and God. Hellblaze allows him to manipulate black fire, whereas God gives him the ability to be immune to all magic attacks. It's definitely a deathly combination that he has in his arsenal. And finally, the last character on this list probably has the strongest and most practical commandment, and it's none other than Mael. Without a doubt, Mael is the strongest of all the 10 commandments. Firstly, his commandment is love, meaning if someone stands before him with a sense of resentment or hate, they will lose their powers. This makes battle very convenient for him, as it's natural for people to resent their foes. As if that wasn't enough, he can turn people into demons and possesses a power known as Full Counter. The Full Counter allows him to counter any physical attack with a lot more force. He's also shown to be able to use Hellblaze and has the ability to summon several black swords that he can use in battle. These swords are known as the Rebellion. Needless to say, this is a guy whose bad side you don't want to be on. And with that being said, this concludes the list. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to support the channel by smashing that like button, comment your thoughts below, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell notification icon so you never miss another video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.